How many of you have heard of the Milwaukee cannibal? This topic should be important to you because Dahmer seemed to be normal to most people until he was finally caught. And learning about him can help us know what to look out for to keep us safe in the future. Jeffrey Dahmer grew from a traumatic childhood to become one of the most notorious American serial killers of all time. To illustrate this, we will look into his early years, his crimes, and how he was caught. To begin, we will look into at his early life. In a May 19th, 2025 article by Dr. Ava Sterling from hannahshope.org, he dealt with a lot of emotional neglect due to his father being a chemist and was absent very often due to work commitments, and his mother suffered from mental health issues, including depression and anxiety, and she also had a prescription drug addiction. His parents got divorced eventually when he was 18 years old. He became withdrawn after having a double hernia surgery he had as a kid. He eventually showed signs of social isolation and disturbing behavior. He liked collecting and dissecting small dead animals, and he did not have many friends. And his lack of emotional support, like most likely, led to his later development of violent tendencies. Um, Next, we will be looking into his crimes. According to College of Southern Idaho, uncovering serial killers, no author listed and no publication date listed either. He would offer money or alcohol to colored people, mainly in the gay community, for company. Once he brings the victim to his apartment, he would drug them to make them incoherent and before strangling or using blunt force trauma to kill them. After the murder, he would then dispose of the bodies using acid, and he would also collect trophies from the bodies like genitalia. Um, his first killing was right after high school in 1978, and spaced out the killings, but eventually the killings became more less spread out and became more frequent due to his compulsions increasing after each and every murder. And by the time of his capture, he had killed 17 people. And finally, we'd be looking into how he was caught. In an August 18th, or not 18th, 8th, 2014 article with no listed author from FBI.gov, around 11:30 p.m. on July 22nd, 1991, patrolling police found a partially clothed man stumbling near an apartment complex with handcuffs seen dangling around his wrist. He told the police that a man threatened him with a knife, prompting the police to investigate. Um, when the police arrived at Dahmer's apartment, they arrested him and searched his apartment and discovered what could have been described as a horror movie set. Um, Multiple body parts of the victims were found in his apartment. The FBI offered a lab and identification services to local police to um, discover the body or identify the bodies. They recovered tools that Dahmer used to torture and mutilate the victims. The FBI tried linking Dahmer to unsolved murders in areas where Dahmer previously lived before um, his arrest, or yeah, before his arrest. Soon after his arrest, he confessed to committing dozens of murders. He was convicted of murdering 15 people during a long criminal career, and he was sentenced to life and was sent to Ohio, where he was convicted of another murder. In 1994, while serving his sentence in Columbia Correctional Institution in Wisconsin, he was bludgeoned to death by a fellow inmate in the prison gym. Jeffrey Dahmer grew from a traumatic childhood before becoming one of the most notorious American serial killers of all time. We went over on what Jeffrey Dahmer's childhood was like, how he committed the crimes, and then how he was caught. Dahmer was a very sick man, and a lot of people are glad that he's gone. A lesson that can be learned from this situation is not to accept money or alcohol to strangers because you can end up as a murder victim. Thank you.